5 Reasons Not to Move to Canada in 2025. Did you know that Toronto and Vancouver are among the top 10 most expensive cities in the world? Or that winter temperatures in Canada can drop to 40 degrees C in certain regions? Canada is often portrayed as a dream destination with breathtaking landscapes, friendly people, and universal healthcare. However, behind the postcard-perfect scenery and promises of free healthcare lies another side of Canada that might make you think twice about moving there. In this video, we'll dive into the realities of living in Canada that many overlook or simply don't talk about. From staggering housing costs to long wait times for medical care, there are serious challenges to calling Canada home. You'll hear about taxes that quickly drain your paycheck, harsh winters that will test your endurance, and a job market that can leave you feeling frustrated. If you've ever dreamed of starting a new life in Canada, stick around to see another side of the story. This isn't meant to discourage you, but rather to provide a more balanced perspective. So, before you start packing your bags, explore these 5 reasons why moving to Canada may not be as ideal as you think. You might be surprised by what you discover. Reason number 1. High cost of living in major cities. If you're dreaming of moving to Canada to start fresh, be prepared for this reality. The cost of living in major cities is far from affordable, especially in world-renowned cities like Toronto and Vancouver, which regularly rank among the most expensive cities globally alongside New York and Tokyo. Owning a cozy home in Toronto or Vancouver could be a significant challenge. Rental costs are one of the most daunting aspects. If you're looking to rent a 1-bedroom apartment in the city centre, be ready to shell out between CAD $2,000 and CAD $3,000 per month. Even living in the suburbs, a seemingly cheaper option, still requires a substantial budget, not to mention the longer commute times. Planning to buy a house, that challenge is even greater. The average home price in Vancouver has surpassed CAD $1 million, and Toronto isn't far behind. The real estate market here is perpetually climbing, making home ownership a distant dream for many. Beyond housing, essential expenses like food, transportation, and services are also costly. The cold climate makes farming difficult, and Canada relies heavily on imported food, especially in winter, driving prices up. Basic items like milk, bread, and vegetables are significantly more expensive than in many other countries. Moreover, sales taxes in some provinces can reach up to 15%, adding a hefty premium to every purchase. Public transportation in major cities, though developed, is not always convenient or affordable. If you need to use a car, expenses such as gas, insurance, and maintenance can quickly pile up. For example, car insurance in Ontario averages over CAD $1,500 annually. For those coming from countries with a lower cost of living, the financial adjustment can be shocking. Although Canada offers higher job opportunities and salaries, a significant portion of income is often spent on basic living costs. This makes it evident to newcomers that living in Canada demands much more financial preparation than they initially expected. Reason number 2. Harsh winters. Canada is renowned for its stunning natural beauty, with snow-capped mountains and frozen lakes. However, the reality of Canadian winters goes far beyond picturesque scenes. It's an extreme challenge for anyone unaccustomed to the cold. Winters here are longer and colder than you might imagine. In many regions, temperatures can plummet to 20 degrees Celsius, and in some areas, they can drop as low as 40 degrees Celsius during the coldest months. The biting wind makes the cold feel even worse, so much so that standing outside for just a few minutes without proper protection can cause frostbite. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a serious health risk if you're not well prepared. The cold isn't the only issue. Winter in Canada brings heavy snowstorms and icy roads, making daily commutes dangerous and challenging. Tasks as simple as going to work, school, or grocery shopping can become arduous. Shoveling snow from your driveway becomes a regular chore, often requiring hours of effort to clear pathways for movement. Additionally, winter days are short, with some regions seeing sunset as early as 4 p.m. This lack of daylight can lead to lethargy and sadness, and in some cases, seasonal affective disorder, SAD, a form of depression linked to changes in light and weather. To combat this, many Canadians use light therapy lamps or take vitamin D supplements. Living costs also rise significantly in winter. Heating bills can become a financial burden since keeping your home warm isn't optional but a necessity. Moreover, you'll need a winter wardrobe that includes thick coats, insulated boots, gloves, hats, and thermal wear. These items are not cheap, but they are essential for surviving the cold. While some people embrace winter and take advantage of activities like skiing, ice skating, or snowmobiling, the truth is that winter in Canada isn't just a season. It can last nearly half the year in many regions. For those unprepared for the cold, it becomes a significant obstacle to enjoying life here. Before deciding to move to Canada, consider whether you're ready to endure these long, freezing months. Reason number 3. Limitations of the healthcare system. Canada's public healthcare system is often praised for providing essential services at low or no cost. However, behind this admirable facade are several limitations that both long-term residents and newcomers face. One of the most prominent issues is long wait times. While emergencies are usually handled promptly, non-urgent cases often involve weeks or even months of waiting to see a specialist, undergo diagnostic tests like MRIs or CT scans, or receive non-critical surgeries. Recent reports indicate that Canada's average wait times for specialist appointments are among the longest in developed countries. This inconvenience can have serious health implications if underlying issues are not diagnosed and treated in time. Accessing a family doctor, a crucial entry point in Canada's healthcare system, is also not straightforward. In many areas, especially rural regions or rapidly growing cities, a shortage of family doctors forces people to rely on walk-in clinics or emergency rooms for care. This disrupts continuity of care, as doctors unfamiliar with your medical history may not provide optimal treatment. Newcomers to Canada often find registering with a family doctor or accessing specialist services to be a challenging process. This is compounded by resource shortages, language barriers, or cultural differences. Mental health care is a stark example of this shortage, with demand far exceeding the available supply. While Canada's healthcare system is funded by taxes, not all services are covered. Prescription drugs, dental care, and vision care are typically not included under public health care, leaving many to purchase private insurance to cover these costs, further increasing living expenses. Despite its strengths, Canada's healthcare system has notable shortcomings. From long wait times to doctor shortages and hidden costs, these are critical realities to consider if you're planning to move here. Promises of free healthcare may not entirely align with your expectations. Reason number 4. High taxes. Canada is known for its comprehensive social programs, free public healthcare, quality education, and reliable infrastructure. However, these benefits come with a cost. If you're considering moving to Canada, be prepared to face one of the highest tax systems in the world. Canada's income tax system operates on a progressive model, meaning the more you earn, the higher your tax rate. Combining federal and provincial taxes, income tax rates can reach up to 33% federally, and when provincial taxes are added, the rate can exceed 50% in some provinces, such as Ontario and Quebec. For middle-income earners, the effective tax rate typically ranges from 20% to 30%, depending on where you live. In addition to income tax, sales tax is another significant burden. Each province has its own rules for sales tax, with total rates ranging from 5% in Alberta, only federal tax, to 15% in provinces like Quebec and Nova Scotia. This means nearly everything you purchase, from groceries and clothing to dining out and services, comes with a considerable tax markup. If you plan to own property in Canada, Property taxes are another major expense to consider. These taxes are calculated based on the assessed value of your property and fund local services such as schools, police, and fire departments. In high-cost cities like Toronto and Vancouver, where property values are exceptionally high, property taxes also soar. For renters, landlords often pass these costs along, leading to higher rental prices. Beyond these primary taxes, Canada also has additional taxes such as capital gains tax on investments, luxury taxes on high-end goods, and in some cases, environmental taxes. For high-income earners or those with significant investments, navigating the Canadian tax system can be complex, requiring careful financial planning to minimize the impact. For many Canadians, high taxes are seen as the price to pay for quality social services, from free healthcare to accessible education. However, for newcomers, especially those from countries with lower tax burdens, the system can be a financial shock. After-tax income takes a significant hit, requiring adjustments in daily spending habits and long-term financial planning. Relocating to Canada means adapting not just to a new lifestyle, but also to a new financial reality. Before making the move, consider whether you're prepared to handle the high tax burden and whether you'll benefit enough from Canada's public services to make it worthwhile. Reason number 5. Challenges in the job market. Canada is known for its strong economy and high employment rates, making it an attractive destination for immigrants worldwide. However, integrating into the Canadian job market is not as straightforward as it seems, especially for newcomers. While many immigrants arrive with advanced education and valuable work experience, finding a suitable job in Canada often proves much harder than expected. One of the biggest hurdles is the demand for Canadian experience. Many employers prefer candidates with prior work experience in Canada or those who understand the country's workplace culture and standards. This places newcomers at a disadvantage, especially if they haven't worked in Canada before. As a result, many highly skilled professionals accept low-paying or unrelated jobs to gain local experience. Another major obstacle is the recognition of foreign credentials and certifications, particularly in regulated professions such as healthcare, engineering, or law. Immigrants often face lengthy and expensive processes to have their qualifications evaluated, including taking additional courses, passing exams, or completing internships. This not only delays their entry into the workforce, but sometimes forces them to switch careers or take jobs below their skill level. Language barriers also play a critical role. Canada is officially bilingual, with English and French as the primary languages. While English dominates in most provinces, Quebec predominantly uses French. Those not fluent in one or both languages may struggle to find employment, particularly in roles that require communication or teamwork. Many newcomers invest significant time and money in improving their language skills before they can effectively compete in the job market. Networking is another key factor in securing employment in Canada. Many job opportunities are found through personal connections or referrals, making it challenging for newcomers to establish a professional network from scratch. Attending networking events, informational interviews, and joining professional associations are essential, but require time, effort, and patience, especially for those balancing job hunting with family responsibilities. Although Canada offers various government programs, settlement services, and mentorship initiatives to help immigrants find jobs, these resources don't guarantee success. Finding employment that matches your skills and experience often requires perseverance, adaptability, and a willingness to start from the ground up. For many immigrants, Canada's job market presents significant challenges that demand resilience, adaptability, and patience. Achieving a fulfilling career may involve multiple intermediary steps, extended time, and sometimes compromises on job roles or salaries. These realities should be carefully considered before deciding to move to Canada. Conclusion. Now, you've gained a comprehensive view of the less glamorous aspects of moving to Canada. Whether it's the high cost of living, harsh winters, healthcare system limitations, heavy taxes, or challenges in the job market, each factor requires thorough preparation and adaptability. What do you think? Are these challenges within your ability to handle, or do they make you reconsider your plans to move to Canada? Everyone will have a different answer depending on their circumstances and expectations. Share your thoughts with us. Are you ready to face these difficulties in pursuit of your dream life in Canada? Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.